Are you looking to develop a strong digital marketing strategy for your small business but you don't know where to start? Well, this video is for you. In this video, I'm going to take you through 5 steps that are going to allow you to develop your own digital marketing strategy. So without further ado, let's get started. First of all, let's define what a digital marketing strategy. I really like this definition by HubSpot. A digital marketing strategy is a plan for establishing an internet presence through online channels such as organic search, social media, paid ads, and other based mediums such as your website. The keyword here is plan. This is what you need to think about when you are thinking about a digital marketing strategy. You're not just trying different things, or you're not actually just looking around for things that your competitors are doing and then duplicating the same thing. You need a plan for your own business. That's what a digital marketing strategy is. The first thing that you need to think about when developing your digital marketing strategy is your objective. What is your objective? Basically, why do you need this strategy? What are you trying to achieve? You need to really take the time to sit down to think about this and to write it down. Don't just say, okay, this is my objective. Actually, you need to have a smart objective. You need to know exactly what you are trying to achieve. You are not just being active on social media for the sake of it. If you are, then you need to stop right now, because you need basically a strategy. You need to think about what are the reasons why you are doing what you're doing. If you are just being active on digital platforms for the sake of it, or because other businesses are doing it, then that's not good enough. You can use digital marketing to acquire new customers. You can use digital marketing to raise awareness of certain products or of your services. So find your objective, and your digital marketing strategy will be built around that particular objective. That's the first step. So now you have your objective. You know exactly what you want to achieve through digital marketing. What you need to do now is to determine who is your buyer persona, because obviously you're not going to try to target everyone on the internet. In fact, your products or your services are targeting a certain person. Your services or products are going to appeal to a certain group, a certain category of people, but they're not going to be of interest to everyone. So you need to determine who is your buyer, who is going to buy your services or your products. That's the bottom line. So here you really need to do the research. Take your time, take even a day or two just doing research to find that data. You can have one persona or you can have several personas. So it's very important to determine your persona, who they are, what they do, what are their behaviors, what do they like, what don't they like, because there's that as well. You need to know what they like, but also what they don't like. You need to really go down all the demographics, location, their age, their gender. Do they have kids? Are they married or single? Do they tend to work in a certain industry? Every detail counts. Any information that you can gather about your persona is very, very important here. What are their pain points? What is the problem that your products or services are bringing solution to? So it's very important for you to think about all of this, to write it down. It's not just a matter of thinking. You need to think and write that down. Write it down and keep on researching to make sure that your persona is rich and is bringing you all the tools that you're going to need to be able to actually communicate with them in a way that resonates. So now that we know who our ideal customer is, we need to be present where they are, which makes sense. If your ideal customer spend time on TikTok, then you need to be on TikTok. There's no way around it. If they are present, they spend most of the time on TikTok, then you need to be present on TikTok as well to make sure that you are communicating with them, you are connecting with them where they are. Let's say your customers are spending most of their time on TikTok and you are being very, very active on Facebook. It doesn't make sense because your ideal customers are not on Facebook, so you don't have to be on Facebook. You have to be where they are. Sometimes you'll find that your customers actually spend time on Instagram and TikTok, for instance. So they spend time on two different platforms. It means that those are your top platforms. So you need to be present on those platforms and communicate your brand message to your audience on those platforms. But you need to be very careful here. If, for instance, you have, let's say, you have two platforms, your customers spend time on Instagram and they also spend some time on TikTok. Then you need a content strategy for both TikTok and Instagram. You cannot have one strategy for both platforms because even if these two platforms have some similarities, they are very different platforms. Now you know that your audience spend their time on TikTok and Instagram. It's very important not to rush. Don't rush it and start developing content. What you want here is to spend time to observe, to research, and to understand your audience. Do they communicate in a certain way? Do they use some keywords that you can use in your content strategy? You need to make them feel that you understand them. So basically, observe how they speak. Try to add some of the keywords that they use, their tone of voice in your content strategy. So it's all about researching, observing, and understanding. Once you know your audience, you need to understand them to be able to connect with them in a more meaningful way. When working on your content strategy, make sure that you're actually encouraging a two-way dialogue. You don't want to be broadcasting to your audience and not receiving anything. So at this point, make sure that you keep your objective in mind. All the activities that you are going to incorporate into your digital marketing strategy have to revolve around your main objective. Let's say your objective is to increase your email list. So you want to be able to communicate with your audience where they are and then to be able to actually bring them into your world. Your world can be your website, it can be a funnel that you have built for that audience to go. You need to make sure that the funnel actually follows the coherence of your strategy. The fifth thing to do is to evaluate the performance of your strategy. So don't just have a strategy and then you don't go back to check how the strategy is doing. Having a monthly performance report is just going to give you that feedback that, okay, this tactic is working, this tactic doesn't work that much, so we need to review it. This one, I'm not sure about it. It seems to work, but maybe we can improve on it. So that's the only way for you basically to be able to see what is working and what is not working. You may have a few insights here and there, but the best way for you like to have that data and that understanding of the best tactics for you is for you to do that monthly report. If you found this video useful, make sure to like it and subscribe to receive more videos like this one, more insights, more tips, more strategies for you to develop and grow your small business.